Ever thought of that your brain isn't looking for the truth, but just comfort? The reason you keep following the wrong people is to do with you've fallen into a trap which is called mental motivated reasoning. It makes you believe the things that feel good but are not true. That's why you keep spending money on useless things, starting new adventures that will never work, and trusting people who overpromise themselves. It's not that you're stupid, it's that your brain is trying to escape the pain. The pain that it gets from every moment is getting hit with the truth. So all you're doing is just manipulating yourself that is not pain. Well, here, I'm today to solve the pain. Make sure the pain goes away. And to let it go away, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 points with real world examples, proven ways that will make sure that the pain that you experience now will never ever come again. So let's get straight to point number 1. Now, as for the first point, the go to school lie. We've all experienced this. You come home from school, you feel exhausted, and then you're sitting on your bed, on the couch. You're thinking, what have I learned? What progression have I made in my life? You're pressured into taking a path that is just been scripted out from the moment you were born. And deep down, you fear wasting years on something you won't even enjoy. That's what I had. They said to me, do a extra study. Now you have the time. But then I'm wasting 4 years on something that does not make me happy. Why do I want to do that? It's the same with coming home and thinking, what have I done? I just went there, spent valuable hours for absolutely nothing. Well, this is one of the fantasies that will make sure you believe it. And it has to do that they see life as a checkbox. So they say it, I will take another marker. So you're born, you come from here, and now you need to go. So then you go like this is the first stop. Graduate, get a good study, make sure you're very smart, because then you can work for a boss, get an amazing job. After that, enjoy some few years of your hard-earned life, and then at the last moment, this last stop you're making. So in the end, it's just like this. I've done this, done this, done this. Now I'm waiting for this, but eventually you will check that off too. That is how they're presenting it to you. You're never shown an alternative. They will keep it away from you. And even though an alternative are more commonly known now, it requires the same amount of dedication, everything to get it. But that is not the only lie they're telling you. No. It gives you structure. Because one thing we hate is uncertainty. So that is why many people just follow it afterwards. Why? It is the uncertainty that will break in, that they're thinking, what if? What if this? What if that? What if this happens? What if that happens? You can already name it. It will always follow on a what if. So the reality, most people just follow it because they're too scared to even take a leap of faith. So if this is one of the problems you experience, just take a leap of faith. Put in some extra hours. Start something. If it is dropshipping nowadays, it's not the best thing, but just start it. That's the first step. Do not overcomplicate it, do not overthink it. No, start it. That's the thing you need to do. And that leads greatly to my next point, which is a side hustle. Just a standard side hustle. Great thing. Only the next thing they add, those online gurus, is you'll be rich in 6 months driving that nice Ferrari, blasting down the highway with absolutely music in your ears. That's what they're telling you. That's what they always will tell you. Well, the truth is, I'm already doing 2 months YouTube. Does not look like I will be rich in 6 months, maybe in 6 years with this. To get rich quick, there is no formula to getting rich quick. Even if you're constantly working 16 hours, sleep for 7, an hour for food consuming, and then you go for 16 hours, you won't even make it. It is the biggest scam they are telling you. It is, at the end, you feel guilty because you're not grinding. You've spent money on courses that are absolutely shit. And you compare your slow progress to Instagram, which 9 out of 10 times is just pure edited. Or they take a rental, or they just go by, sit next to a car in Dubai, do some photos, like, for example, this car is standing like this. It's mine, That's what they're doing. If you believe Instagram is your biggest source to get there are some people. But they need to show the results, not just a fancy car. Show them the empire. Iman Gadzhi, Jeff Bezos, Lawrence Stroll, Trump. They all can show they have real money. Big yachts, nice houses, take care of their family. You only do that when you have a good amount of income. Not when you're just trying to flex with one Lamborghini or Ferrari, And it is exactly the fantasy they're living. Then these 18-year-olds come, which can happen. Out of 8 billion people, it is not weird to think that someone will just have that luck. Yeah, no problem with that. But if you're getting that in your face, day after day after day after day, that's what's happening. Then you'll start believing it must be true because they're doing it. 9 out of 10 times they just pick someone at that age, set him in that, give him or she a good compensation, and then it's have a nice day. That's how it is. This fantasy sells you freedom, not reality. And that is why it's overwhelming, it's unclear what you're chasing after. So to make sure you do not fall in this trap especially, look for people that have provable wealth. Not rich, wealth. Then you can start taking things from them. Because now you're running in circles without an end. As for the third, which is a common belief, of course there is some truth to it, but let it sink in. You've already read it. It's not this part where I'm mad about. It's this word, just. Like it is the easiest thing to get by. It's just that your girl from 4 blocks away just come by. It's just the right person. No, I feel it straight away. For me, it's the right person, just the right person. What are you believing? I know it's painful to be single. I know that every time you see a couple kiss, walking hand to hand, just feel like they're being valued. I know it hurts. But it does not mean they're true. It does not mean that on social media that it is real with them. That's what you're comparing yourself against. Same with if you're a bit chubby, if you're not entirely in physique, you're comparing yourself to Arnold Schwarzenegger in the years of 1980s. It's like comparing yourself to Jeff Bezos, that you're as rich as him. What are you thinking? And then afterwards, because you're comparing yourself, because you're telling yourself that you're ugly and everything, you stay toxic in that relationships that you do get. And as the last thing, you feel incomplete and just push yourself down. This fantasy is not just built on one thing. No, it's built on many things. It's because of one desire. That's what it's all about. You just want to be loved. That's the desire. So you chase after that, and then you get something, but it's not true. It's wrong. You'll find a hard time. You're only destroying yourself. And it's the same way to do with what I will read out loud. It looks like everyone online is in love, thriving and building a dream life with a partner. So you think, once I find a person, I'll finally feel complete. This fantasy makes love look like a cure, but is really a mirror. No one shows the arguments, doubts, or loneliness that still exist inside relationships. That's what you're not taking in the factor. No. You push it aside. No, it's not true. If I love someone, it will always be right. There will be no arguments. If that is, what kind of relationship do you have? In every relationship, there is an argument. You're still human. You still have discussions. You can be thinking, yeah, this is a good idea, or no, this is not a good idea. That's really it is. In reality, no one can make you feel complete. Only a certain person can make you feel as close to complete. But you're the person that can make yourself feel complete, not someone else. And it goes great to my next point, which is just post consistently. And then you'll blow up, be the next influencer, be that rich person who drives a Ferrari, blasting 200 miles per hour down the Autobahn. That is what they're saying. That is just pure consistency. Yeah, there is a part of consistency that's needed. But if you're not developing yourself, then there will be no growth. It's like if you want to beat the game, you need to learn the game, what is going to happen. You learn it, and then you beat it. It's a constantly learning process of making yourself better. It's not just post something shit, and then you expect that after 10 months, you're suddenly the next new Mr. Beast. No. That is not what's happening. You start spending hours for that, but if you're not growing, there's nothing. You feel invisible because the quality is shit. It is shit, then you cannot get anything. The input is shit, the reward is shit also. And then you're starting to doubt yourself because you're not going viral. Of course, there is a myth that is if you posted one video, you will blow up. You're just one video away, which is true. Most of the time, a person becomes famous because one video has blown up for them. Arctua girl, a especially. She just went viral because of that. And now everyone knows her. It's one video. But it needs to deliver the content so you get that reward. That's how reality is. And it takes consistency and effort, consistency learning. Not just posting. Learning behind it is as important as just posting it. Now we get into a very technical thing. And it is the explanation why you're doing this. That's why this video is getting so long, actually. We like to think we make decisions based on logic, but most of the time we justify it with logic. If you just craving spending, just impulsive buying, you just buy it because you're feeling, that is the wrong thing. Your feeling wants it, and you just buy it, and afterwards you say, oh, I needed it. If it is a piece of clothing, you maybe have hanging 10 pieces of it already. But now, oh, I just needed it. It was really important. You're justifying for yourself, so it makes you feel good. I like to do is twist the script. Why do I want a new t-shirt? Do I need it? No. Alright, move on. Do I need it? Yeah. Why? Because my stock is getting low. Someone were a bit worn out, so maybe it's time to refresh. Alright. Good point. Let's start looking for it. It's a whole different way than just going with a feeling. That's what's doing wrong. And then the brain seeks certainty and comfort. Not the truth. Because the truth feels like you're being stabbed. Criticism is one of the least things we can take as a human anymore. Because we're all picture perfect, right? No, we're all doing mistakes. And instead of asking, is it true? No. We ask, does it make me feel better? That's why we fall for things that sound too good to be true, even if they're not true. This course will make you rich. This person will complete you. This job will fix your life. It's not logic, no, it's just emotional belief. And that is why those motivated reasonings come again. You need to flip that script. They need to change from emotional logic to logic emotional reasoning. And that is why neuroscientists Telly Sharot, our brains are hardwired for optimism bias. We naturally believe things that give us hope, even when they're unrealistic. We are more likely to accept information that sounds the outcome we want to happen. That is just how it works. If you want that rich life, and someone says you can get rich in 4 months, you're already listening because it matches your beliefs. They just take you and can just place you because it matches right with your beliefs. That is how easy it works. Dopamine loves the dream, not the reality. It's the second point. When someone promises fantasy like freedom, love, or success, our brain releases dopamine, the pleasure chemical, as we know. But here's the trick. Dopamine spikes when we anticipate a reward, not when we get it. So only the idea of getting rich, feeling that life, that gives us the dopamine already. Not when you actually achieve it. The feeling of getting there. So that's why it feels so good. You're so emotionally connected to it. Because you're getting the feeling that you're already there. And it has to do with planning your future, watching rich life content, or romanticizing the next big opportunity. It's a dream we crave, not the hard, slow process of reality. And as for the last point, fantasies solve emotional pain, not real problems. When you feel lost about your future, not good enough, tired of your routine, you're vulnerable. And when someone offers you an answer to that and promise you that it will be fixed, then you naturally follow it. Now you may be thinking, you're promising me that it will be fixed because it's based and backed by truths, not lies. I'm not saying in 3 months you will be cured of this. No. It can take 3 months. It can take a week. It could take 10 years. It's for everybody different. Only the solutions, they work. How fast? That is not what I'm telling. That's the difference you need to get straight right away. And when someone offers you an answer that promises to take the pain away, you don't question it, you follow it straight away. People are less concerned with what the truth says than the things that comfort them. So to summarize these 25 minutes for you, you're falling for lies because they sound too good to be truth. Your brain rewards you with high amounts of dopamine for things that you're not achieving. We all want an easy escape from reality, and that's why you follow the lies. You just want to escape the pain, which is nothing bad with. Only why do you want to escape it and not beat it? Because if it is gone forever, I bet there's a much better feeling than just having that continuous pain shoved right into your face. So there are 4 points on what you're doing and 3 points how to counter it. So I hope this brought you something. Use this towards you, and please take the note that time can be different for everyone. As long as you stay that consistent, you'll get the reward in return for your input. So with that, I hope to see you in my next video.